We're loaded up. We're gonna head off, fill up the tank. It's Christmas Day. I'm heading out to camp. I'm not gonna be able to make my Christmas dinner in time, so I'm stopping off at Kelly's Country Cooking to get a Christmas dinner that I can take to camp with me. Bear with me, we'll hit the road.
Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live, where I live.
To fill up before I left home. Guess we're stopping at this Shell station on I-45 on the north of Houston before I really get deep into the interstate. $2.49 a gallon. That's going to go for a while. This thing's got a 35-gallon tank and I'm under half a tank. Well, back on the road we go. We got about an hour left of driving. Okay, we're finally out of the urban glut. Traffic's still flowing well. Coming up on the exit for Willis. And hopefully soon we'll see the monument. Well, the Sam Houston Monument is further north than where I thought it was. We're about to make that last turn onto Park Road 40 to go into Huntsville State Park, so let's go in. That's the park host. We're looking for site 138. Oh, you can see the lake through here. It's gorgeous. That's the screen shelters there.
Kicks up high, moonlight dip reflections in the water shine. Ain't a single soul round, just me, the stars above. Rust and freedom made it soar like love. Caught between cities, lost in time zone rhyme. Busted dreams and promises, yeah, living grind. But here by the river, I feel like I'm alive. Nature's heartbeat makes you remember why. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Taste real sweet just you and me. No 9 to 5 grind, no pushing up the hill. Find peace in the silence, our strength in the chill. Gather wood, feel the warmth of a fire's embrace. A million stars feel like a sacred space. Every sunrise a promise, every sunset a vow. Living wild, living free, in the here and now. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live. Where I live. Where I live. Wheels on gravel road, yeah. Dust kicks up high. Moonlight dip reflections in the water shine. Ain't a single soul round, just me, the stars above. Rust and freedom made it soar like love. Caught between cities, lost in time zone rhyme. Busted dreams and promises, yeah, living grind. But here by the river, I feel like I'm alive. Nature's heartbeat makes you remember why. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live. Where I live. Motor hums the soundtrack, we chase the breeze. Midnight stallion roaming, just you and me. No 9 to 5 grind, no pushing up the hill. Find peace in the silence, our strength in the chill. Gather wood, feel the warmth of a fire's embrace. A million stars feel like a sacred space. Every sunrise a promise, every sunset a vow. Living wild, living free, in the here and now. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No ties, no chains, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live. Where I live. Where I live. Wheels on gravel road, yeah. Dust kicks up high. lost in time zone rhyme. Busted dreams and promises, yeah, living and grind. But here by the river, I feel like I'm alive. Nature's heartbeat makes you remember why. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No times, no change, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live, where I live. Motor hums the soundtrack, we chase the breeze. Midnight stallion roaming, just you and me. No 9-to-5 grind, no pushing up the hill. Find peace in the silence, our strength in the chill. Gather wood, feel the warmth of a fire's embrace. A million stars feel like a sacred space. Every sunrise a promise, every sunset a vow. Living wild, living free, in the here and now. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No times, no change, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No times, no change, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live, where I live, where I live. Wheels on gravel road, yeah, dust kicks up high. Moonlight dip reflections in the water shine. Ain't a single soul round, just me, the stars above. Rust and freedom made it soar like love. Caught between cities, lost in time zone rhyme. Busted dreams and promises, yeah, living and grind. But here by the river, I feel like I'm alive. Nature's heartbeat makes you remember why. Living in a van down by the river, singing loud. No times, no change, just the rolling clouds. Freedom tastes real sweet when you're nothing to give. Living in a van down by the river's where I live, where I live. Motor hums the soundtrack, we chase the breeze. Midnight stallion roaming, just you and me. No 9-to-5 grind, no pushing up the hill. Find peace in the silence, our strength in the chill. Gather wood, feel the warmth of a fire's embrace. A million stars feel like a sacred space. Every sunrise a promise, every sunset a vow.
We've pulled into camp. We've got the van leveled, and we've got the awning out. Still got a lot of camp setup to do. The camp kitchen needs to be set up. I need to put the firewood out. The fire pit is immediately off to my left. I'm not sure I'm going to use theirs. I brought my own. So we'll see what works better. Their fire pit seems to be having some issues, so it's warmer than I anticipated. I'm regretting wearing the sweatpants, but the whole point here is for physical and emotional health. So let's get some exercise, let's get our head cleared, and let's check out this beautiful Texas lake. It's Christmas 2024. I'm not going to make my own Christmas dinner tonight. That's going to happen tomorrow. I've got everything with me. I got a to-go order from Kelly's Country Cooking in League City, Texas. It should still be warm. I'm going to have my Christmas dinner and just enjoy for a bit. I've got to drag stuff out of the camper, so I've got room to sleep, and then we'll come back in a little bit and have a little more discussion. Since today's Christmas Day, it was a travel day, I don't really have time to start a fire, roast the turkey breast, do the mashed potatoes and all that, so I planned ahead. Kelly's Country Cooking in League City did the cooking for me, so this is my Christmas Day dinner. Now I'm going to do a Boxing Day dinner for tomorrow, but I just don't have time to do it tonight. So I'm going to dig in. We have my sides of green beans, candied yams, my cutlery. I have a dinner roll and my main dish. There's my turkey gravy. That's cranberry sauce. Turkey and dressing, mashed potatoes. Let's dig in. And this is not edible. This is my soap. I used camp suds for a while. I find this Dr. Bronner's, it's the hemp and tea tree pure Castile soap. Love this stuff. Use it at home. I found the liquid. I'm going to use it in camp. So let's yes, it's cooled since I got it. I'd heat this up in the microwave that's in the van. I didn't bring any paper plates. I didn't bring any plastic plates. This foam doesn't do well in the microwave, and I'm sure not going to stick my stainless steel plates in that microwave. So we're going to have a cold, room temperature turkey and dressing dinner. Camp store should be open tomorrow, so if I need to reheat this, or I have my pie iron, and I can make a mixture of this stuff. Butter the pie iron, jam it in there, and have a, well, sort of a hobo pie thing. In camp or at home, Thanksgiving and Christmas Day leftovers, always a good meal. So this is the leftover firewood from the Renaissance Festival. What's really going in there though is fatwood. I'm not going to guarantee that the Renfest wood's going to burn well. I had a fit getting it to burn when I was at Renfest. Took it home, processed it down a little further, cut it down into 12-inch segments so it would fit in my Ozark Trail fire pit, but I'm using the campground's fire pit. I don't want to run afoul of it. Okay, well, my log cabin fire setup has now descended into a teepee, because that's what happens when the coals on the bottom collapse. So the Renaissance Festival camp firewood is just smoldering. It's not really burning, but it's putting up a fair bed of coals. It's starting to get dark. Yes, the camera is picking up way more light than is actually available. I literally, for some reason, it looks like it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's actually 5:15 on Christmas Day, which means I've got about 15 minutes more of dusk before it gets dark. I've got to get my lantern out, and I'm gonna get settled in closer to the van. Just kick back over there. I got myself an Arizona tea. I didn't think to bring any tea bags with me to brew, and the camp store is not open until tomorrow. So I'm going to have to take care of that tomorrow. There's a vending machine across the way from me here that has firewood, and I think I'm going to pick up a bundle of that. I'm hoping that is better seasoned than this junk I got from the Renaissance Festival. I've had camp firewood from Renaissance Festival previously, never been a problem. This year, huge problem. Whoever their vendor was just did a poor job. Sorry, they should have seasoned it for at least another year. I think I'm just going to use firewood from here and take what I have left here and take it back home. Just let it season for another year. Just put it in the shed and let it season up. Yeah, it's a big disappointment. I really wish they would have done a better job, but it is what it is. So let me get with that, and I'll check with you when I get settled in over by the van, or when I got a campfire going better. Sun has gone down. That travel trailer just up ahead of me here, got some underglow on there. Why, I don't know, but okay, whatever. Most YouTubers I've seen, when they show their campfire, have this just obnoxious, way overbuilt fire. That's something you're never going to see from me. If I've got a huge fire, something got out of hand. But hey, this is nice, it's comfortable. We've got a nice breeze tonight. It's in the lower 60s, so I don't really need a fire. But boy, is it comfortable. Well, good morning. And happy Boxing Day. It's the 26th, and I guess I should get up and do something about breakfast. Well, the day is trudging on. I still haven't done breakfast. I got the campfire started. I'm building the bed of coals to do my day after Christmas dinner, and that's going to require the Dutch oven, so I need those coals. I should probably think about doing something for breakfast. I don't want to put a whole lot of effort into it. My meal planning says I'm going to make taquitos this morning. Somebody forgot the cheese. Do I make cheeseless taquitos, or do I just do oatmeal this morning? I think I'm going to be lazy and do it. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's the sound of rain on my all-top awning. I'm so far thrilled with the performance it's been giving me. Um, it's not a soaking downpour yet, but it's been medium rain. It's definitely putting the crimp on my plans to Dutch oven bake my Christmas turkey. So, but hey, at least I'm sitting here where it's nice and dry. As the old scoutmaster used to say, don't complain, camp in the rain. So, my thought of making Christmas dinner in the Dutch oven is gone, at least for today. Today's, well, the day after Christmas, which was my plan because I got into camp too late last night. The weather's turned bad on me. It's been raining all day, and it's going to keep raining well into the evening. I'm not going to be able to do the Dutch oven. It's not going to work. So we'll try again tomorrow. I'll be able to keep everything chilled and refrigerated. I'm fine. No worries. I'll make my day after, I guess, Boxing Day dinner on the Coleman stove. That'll be fine. This has opened my eyes, made me very grateful for having this van with this all-top awning. Previously, we were planning on, and I'd started building out the camper on the back of that four-wheel drive F-150 Super Cab. I'm still doing the engine swap in it. I'm still going to do the camper, at least a rudimentary camper in there. But the purpose behind that camper has changed. That's not going to be, this is my primary camper. That F-150, I'll have the camper shell and a removable camper interior for places that require four-wheel drive that I can't go to with this van for now. And that's until I can get a four-wheel drive conversion done on this. We're going to keep going with the restoration on this. We're going to make sure this thing is as good as possible. With this weather, I'm socked in here pretty much all day. I can wander around a little bit. I'm going to get soaked. I didn't think to bring my rain gear because the forecast wasn't showing rain. Well, it's raining. So I'm stuck inside the camper or out here under the awning. And having this awning here allows me to be outside, not claustrophobic in the camper. This camper with the pop top allows me something that truck camper never could, which is full standing height room. Now, I could go with a pop top slide-in camper on the pickup. I already have this. So, like I said, I'm going to keep going with this. That pickup we're going to finish building it slowly but surely. We're going to finish getting the engine back in it, getting it running on the road again. I've got the BF Goodrich all-terrain TAs ready to go on it, set of 5 33 1250 17s. We're ready to go. I just need to finish that up. But that's just going to be a truck. That's just a pickup truck. Okay. The camper is going to be the van. The pickup truck's just going to be for pickup duties, for utility duties. And honestly, the pickup truck's probably going to end up being my daily driver. New engine, recent transmission, new tires, you know, I want to save this for travel. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've got everything I need in here, mostly. The plumbing still needs to be installed. Um, my insurance company is of the opinion I need a built-in cooktop for it to be classified as an RV. This thing was certified from Ford as an RV chassis. It's got an RVIA badge on it. It's registered as an RV. State Farm's just being weird. And it is insured. It has a cooking device built into it, which is the microwave. So, I mean, I can cook in there. I just need to reinstall the plumbing that was ripped out of this thing by a previous owner. Put a sink into it. I need to mount the fresh and gray water tanks, and I'm good to go.
Okay, well, it's a rainy, dreary, drizzly day. I've been outside working on the campfire, trying to keep it going. But Mother Nature is arguing against me. I've read everything I have to read, and then I've read it again. So I woke up a little earlier than I was planning this morning. Or more specifically, I went to sleep later than I was planning last night. I'm going to take a nap. I don't know about any of you folks out there, but the sound of raindrops on that awning and that fiberglass pop-top roof, it's like a sedative. It's putting me to sleep. So I'm going to take advantage. And the whole point behind me coming out here was to get some rest, so I'm going to do that. Good night.
Nestled upon the shores of beautiful Lake Raven, about an hour north of metropolitan Houston, is Huntsville State Park. You'll find the campground nestled among the hickories, pines, pecan, oak, and even a few maple trees here and there. Nice and quiet midweek. Weekends can be a little hectic. We're here. Check. So I wanted to show you this site in particular. That's site 146. It's got a heck of a slope, so if you're camping in a van or an RV, you're definitely going to have to level it. But I've been seeing people camping this one in tents, and they seem to be doing well. But check out that lake. That concrete trail comes right here. And it looks like it goes all the way to the fishing pier. Now that's noteworthy. Filtered light through the canopy. It's making videography a little difficult, but we're just going to wing it. I wanted to talk about that concrete path. It's not exactly a sidewalk, but it's an accessibility path. That path was put in to permit greater accessibility to those with mobility issues, wheelchair users, obviously, but also people that may have back issues. Sciatica leaps to mind. If you don't have sciatica or you don't know anyone that has, A, you're probably in a huge minority, and B, count your blessings. It's something you don't want to deal with. But it does limit your ability to pick up your feet over obstacles properly, and a nice smooth path helps. That path goes through a good number of the campsites here, and it goes right along the lake here. I showed you in that prior clip, and it goes right up to the fishing pier. So you can go from the campsite. There's accessible bathrooms here, and go all the way over to the fishing pier, all the amenities. I don't know if it goes down to the camp store or not. I haven't explored that far yet, but I don't think most people are going to be even hiking over to the camp store. They'll take a car, but if you don't, you know, hey, it'd be worth checking out. This is why I have such a problem with the reservation system. Most of these sites are reserved, and they've been reserved, but they've been empty. So people are making reservations, they're leaving the sites empty, not taking advantage of them, and they're blocking them from other people. That's a big, big problem, because if you're CPAP dependent and you don't have access to this shore power, then you need a big, expensive battery setup. That kept me out of camping for far too long. Now you can see the Parks Department put the path in over there. Users decided a different route. At the top of the pier is a set of stairs. Wheelchair's not going to be able to navigate that. The ramp goes down and around and back over. That's not exactly great design. They should, and I'm going to recommend this to the state parks, that ramp should run over there. Users knew what they were doing. They do have a fish cleaning station, which is nice. It has a lantern post and something you're only going to see in the southern United States. Not the all fishermen limited to 2 rods per person sign, but the do not tease or feed alligator sign. There's gators here, so I got to be careful. There's a nice write-up on this. The yellow stripes on baby American alligator will help to camouflage it from the many predators it will face before it reaches maturity. There's a baby alligator in the reeds. Alligators first appeared millions of years ago. They have changed little since because they are so well designed for survival. Their ability to go into a state of hibernation called torpor helps them conserve energy in winter. Baby alligators hatch with yellow stripes to camouflage themselves from predators, and their double eyelids help them see both on land and underwater. They can even regenerate their lost teeth. For your protection and theirs, feeding or harassing alligators is an offense that can result in a stiff fine. Doing either could also make an alligator more aggressive towards people and may force us to put the animal down. When provoked, alligators can move suddenly and with surprising speed. So make sure to keep at least a 30-foot safe distance from an alligator at all times. To protect your pet around alligators, keep it out of the water and on a leash at all times. If you see a pile of twigs, grass, and or soil near the side of the trail, avoid it. It could be a nest, and the mother alligator will be close by guarding it. Remember, you are in the alligator's home. For your protection and theirs, always treat them with respect. Cast net traps and stringers prohibited. Well, cast nets, I agree with. Traps, I agree with. Stringers is a little bit of a surprise. But, okay. I guess this would be a good location to use a live bucket. That morning sun is really starting to come up. The fishing is drying up, but I wanted to show you a few. They have a collection tub for recycling monofilament line. That way it's not messing up the lake. And along the rails here, I'm casting a shadow. And along the rails here, these holes, those are pole holders. So you don't have to hold on your pole all the time. Sure, you've seen this 100 times before by other YouTubers. Little log cabin structure for the fire. The base is fat wood, and then working up. Okay, let that cook down to a bed of coals. Then I get started with my cooking. Okay, I can't speak to the ladies' facilities, but the men's has an accessible toilet, grab bars, plenty of room. Toilet could use a serious scrubbing, but okay. The standard toilet, no grab bars, but plenty of room if you're just a bigger person and just need space. You're not going to be claustrophobic, or at least you shouldn't. High-low urinals, 3 sinks with hot and cold running water, blow dryers, standard showers, standard shower, and an accessible shower. Now, this is where they kind of drop the ball. You can see the fixtures are seriously crudded up, but they do work, or at least that one works. I don't know about this one. I used that one yesterday. It's a high, low, so you can shower from a seated position. You got the standard valve and then the high-low valve there. Considering it's a state park, and this is an older one, those facilities are in fairly good shape comparatively. I've been in state parks out west where their bathroom is nothing but a vault toilet. Those things are disgusting. If I was dealing with that, I would have brought my privy tent and shower, the hot water shower. I didn't do that. So the firewood is available through the self-serve kiosk. I don't know if I can get a shot of it because of the sun, but that's solar powered. From what I've been told by the ranger, it's got a very small battery, and so if you've got overcast days, this thing may not work, but I was just able to use it. $13.99 plus tax for that size bundle of firewood. Not the cheapest, not the most expensive. It'll have to do. Half round is on the fire. We're burning down to coals. Might take another half hour. Dutch oven has been buttered. Stuffing has been prepped. Turkey breast is ready to be opened up and stuffed. That's way more stuff. My bone-in turkey breast was boneless. My 8-quart Dutch oven turned out to be my 5-quart. We're going with it anyway. I laid the moisture, the water, down in the base, laid the turkey breast down, piled the stuffing on it, poured the gravy on that, closed it up. We're just having a good old quick run of it. Not going to guarantee this is going to be good, and without fail, the smoke was blowing right towards where I was trying to sit. So sitting a little ways away from it, but the turkey and dressing are doing just great. So this is holiday season number 3 since Debbie passed. And I'm looking at things a little differently, actually a lot differently. You see, something that I knew at the time that she passed, but for some reason, the pain of losing her made me lose sight of it. I didn't lose her. She went home. She knew where she was going, and we all only have a certain limited number of days, hours, minutes here on Earth. So hers were apparently up. Life is too short to be sad all the time. There's going to be sadness. There's going to be grief. There's going to be pain and sorrow. I mean, Jesus of Nazareth, the Son of God, is also known as a man of sorrows. So even if God can't escape sorrow, neither can we. I mean, whether or not you are a believer, the point's still relevant, I hope. There's a Canadian psychologist, and he's a bit of a political lightning rod right now, but he's got some good things he says, so even if you don't like some of the things he says, there's some of the good stuff he says. It's Dr. Jordan Peterson, and he says life is sorrow, and I'm paraphrasing here, but it's basically effectively how much it hurts is how much you let it get to you. It's, you've got a choice. You can choose to wallow in that sorrow and in that pain, or you can choose to be happy and move on. I know Debbie wanted me to be happy. She told me repeatedly she wanted me to be happy. She was worried about COVID, and so that's, no matter what I do with my life, with my relationships, with my future, I'm honoring her wishes, and I'm making the most out of my years. So thank you, Debbie, for being in my life. Time to make the coffee. We've got our GSI Outdoors Ultralight Java Drip, our 30-ounce tumbler, measuring spoons, Tejas Cafe Mexican chocolate hot coffee, our fire maple kettle. I have 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds. I've sweetened to taste. Take your pick of your sweetener. There is sugar in here though, because I've got the Abuelita Mexican hot chocolate powder in there, 1 packet. So if you're diabetic, just keep that in mind. We're going to brew over and come up with 3/4 of the vessel, a little over 3/4 of the vessel with coffee, and then we're going to top it off with whole milk. Absolutely delicious. Great way to start the day. Perfect. Lunch is simmering. It's beef with rice and veggies. Basically beef rice-a-roni, but it's the Aldi brand with some ground beef and some rehydrated, freeze-dried mixed vegetables for ramen. I keep those veggies in the camper just so I can keep chucking veggies in my food. So trying to make sure I get as much of the vegetables as I can. December 28th. It's about 11:30 in the morning. Huntsville State Park here in Texas. It's raining like crazy. There's a tornado watch in the area. There's the rain shooting off the awning. The penthouse top on the Sportsmobile is doing great. There's that little green flip pack, I think they call it. I don't know. It's a teeny tiny pop-up trailer being towed by that Subaru. I'm wondering how they're doing. Those look like a neat little camper. These folks, I'm sure, are sitting inside watching TV. They've got their TV antenna deployed. Nice couple. Met them as they were setting up. It was nice and quiet and pretty solitary here when I checked in on Christmas Day. I was hoping for a nice picturesque Saturday. I'm not getting it. It is 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 22.7 degrees Celsius. And there's a breeze that's making me feel that what's pushing this is a cold front, because I've got a distinct chill running on my back every time the breeze blows on me. So, well, here's my Saturday. The rain is, I'm not going to say stop, but it's tapered way down. There's folks hanging out right in front of the bathroom under the cover of the roof because, well, their awning sprung a leak and they're trying to do some family activities. Good for them. Although, yeah, fix the awning as soon as you can. That's kind of important. It's been a exciting weather day. We've had some those big downpours shoved me into the van for a while. On this trip, I've been trying out some things. I've been wanting to use biodegradable soaps. Been using Camp Suds, was never really impressed with its ability or utter lack thereof to cut the grease out. Using Dr. Bronner's pure Castile soap, which is what I use on my skin at home. It's not cutting it for dishes, so I may have to just bite the bullet and go back to using Dawn for the dishes. That is the last of the firewood. It's nice and warm. Gonna let it burn down. At the end of the road at the Prairie Branch camping area, just after the primitive tent sites, is the trailhead for the Prairie Branch Loop, a 1.5 mile round trip. I opted to go exclusively along the lakeside of the trail and not loop around. I just went all the way until it met the Chinquapin Trail. I turned around and went back. It's a fairly easy trail, except you need to watch out for a large amount of exposed roots that if you have some issues with picking up your feet, you are going to have some tripping hazards. So I would definitely recommend extra caution. Pay very close attention to what your feet are doing, and you might actually want to consider bringing some trekking poles, just to give yourself a little extra stability. On the Prairie Branch Loop Trail, there's these concrete footers with what look to be burnt out 4x4 posts. I'm kind of wondering what the structure that was here before was. Was it a footer for some kind of, I don't know, some kind of shade shelter, or was it just the footings for a sign? I don't know. Here's another one of them, right at the base of this big tree. So whatever it was here a long time ago, because that tree's got to have been here a good long time. Coming up on this little footbridge. I don't know how much further down this trail I want to go, but it's nice to get away from the camper, away from the campground, and down the trail. Not exactly a bridge, but more of a boardwalk. And if you look, some marshes, the water right there, it looks like prime territory for an alligator. I'm going to get out of here. Everything's packed up, warming the van up, ready to go. I've got things I definitely want to change about my load-in. For starters, I'm going to leave the Ozark Trail smokeless fire pit. I'm going to leave that at home. I've got, I don't remember the brand name, but I have a folding fire pit that takes up that much thickness. I can just slide it in behind the cooler or the firewood. It's not bulky. I think I'd be better off using that. For the most part, everything worked pretty well. I definitely want to get the thermostat control on the heater working properly. That's an issue for Velvet camping. I'm going to send it in to them. They're going to reflash the firmware. It's just on the controller. They're going to reflash the firmware on the controller. Part of me is thinking I should send them the control board and the controller, have them send me back the new, because they have to change a chip on the control board, and then the new Bluetooth controller. Basically, they need to add the Bluetooth radio to the control board. That way, I can control it from my phone instead of reaching out. Like if I get cold while I'm working at the computer on the other side of the van, I don't have to get up and go turn the thing on. I can just do it on my phone. Wireless signal has been abysmal here. It comes and goes. I have a cell phone, cellular booster on order. And before I leave, the bathroom's right across the street, but I'm going to be lazy. I don't want to lug the thing that far. I'm going to pull into one of the parking spaces there, and I'm going to empty my porta pot. So I have the porta pot left to do. I have to stop by the park office. It is December 30th, and my Texas State Parks Pass is going to expire in 2 days. I'm going to get them to renew it for 2025, so I don't have to go out of my way, take the time to arrive early at the next state park that I want to do. So, okay, I'll see you guys.
Going home at the end of a trip always seems to take much longer than going to your destination. It's not that home is a bad place. It's that you're going back to the ordinary, the mundane, the day-to-day. There are a lot of van life YouTubers out there that never have to return to their regular day-to-day because the trip, the travel, well, that's what's become the mundane, the ordinary, the day-to-day. That's not the life that I'm living, and it's not my desire to make the something special less than what it is. If you can do a full-time nomad lifestyle and not let it devolve into something less wonderful than what it should be, you indeed are blessed. Keep on doing what you're doing. But I have seen by now more than my fair share of nomad YouTubers that have lost the spark for doing what they do. Whether it be nomadic life is getting to them, or the tedium of working on a YouTube-based business is getting to them with the constant changes YouTube puts their creators under. You just need to be, if nothing else, flexible, which should be part of the nomad lifestyle anyway.
I live.